Well, hello, everybody. This is Maria Brophy with the Art Money Success Podcast. And today I'm going to give you three easy ways to sell your art without social media, a website, without going online at all, and without an art gallery. And these are tried and true methods that Drew Brophy, my artist husband, and I have used these methods going back to the late 90s. And back in the late 90s, you didn't have online websites or social media. So you had to do things in a different way. But the difference between today and back then is that we no longer need an art gallery either. So you can still call your own shots. Now, why am I sharing three ways to sell art without social media or website? Because I occasionally get artists that come to me and say, Maria, I do not like Facebook or Instagram. I don't want to invest in a website, but I want to sell my art. What kind of magic can you give me? So here we go. I've got three magic ways, and you don't even need a magic wand to do it. Okay. Number one, collaborate with a local business that will host an art show for you. Now, I have done this and I have guided artists to do it. You can do this with hotels, particularly boutique hotels, or like the higher end luxury hotels, because they like to do special things for their guests. And what's more special than a local artist giving an art exhibit? So you could do hotels, you could do breweries. Breweries are great. Wineries, another really good one. And this is excellent. If you can find a real estate broker or a real estate company that has a big office with a lot of wall space and they like to throw VIP events for their clients, that's ideal. Another thing you could do is a fine dining restaurant, although that is like the lowest on my list, restaurants and coffee shops, because things can get, art can get ruined, food gets splattered on it, or if there's too many people and people are drinking, it's harder to control. So that's number one, collaborating with a local business. Number two, exhibit your art at a trade show or a really large event. And what you can do is contact the promoter and say, hey, I want to do an art exhibit at your trade show or at your event. And this will be a great thing for your attendees because it gives them something interesting to do. And it's an opportunity for me because then I can show my art. That's one thing. Another thing you could do is instead of contacting the promoter, you can contact vendors that are setting up booths at trade shows and events like that. So Drew and I have done this. We did this at least 20 times over the last 25 years at Surf Expo, very successfully. Always sold art, always got new business and new collectors every time we did it. Now, we always teamed up with a vendor, like another company that had a booth there and they wanted something interesting. So they would have Drew do a live painting and exhibit his art, and that would bring people into their booth. One time, the Expo themselves gave us, now we didn't pay for any of this. They gave us this giant booth, let us put up a big art exhibit, and we sold almost every piece of art that we exhibited at that time of that event. Another time we did this was at the Conscious Life Expo in Los Angeles, and they gave us a 30-foot wall to hang art on, and it was great. It was great for us because we got to exhibit Drew's art to a whole new audience that was new to his work. And it was great for Conscious Life Expo because they had this giant wall that 10,000 people a day walk past. And now we made that wall go from boring to extraordinary. Okay, and number three, and this will cost you a little bit of money. You can rent a office space for a month and throw your own art show, your own art exhibit. And Drew and I have done this also because back in the 90s, art galleries owners would say, Drew Brophy, your art is not real art because you use Posca paint pens and you're not trained by the masters and all this other BS. And so we said, well, fine, we don't need you then, art gallery. We're going to throw our own art exhibit. And that's what we did. We rented a local place here in where we live in San Clemente, California. And we threw a month long art exhibit. And our opening night, we sold, I don't know how many, but we sold at least a dozen paintings. We sold a lot of art and it was incredible. So take the art sales in your own hands and either collaborate with a local business or exhibit at a trade show or a big event or rent a space and throw your own exhibit. I hope this was helpful. Hit subscribe, leave me a comment if you're listening to this on YouTube, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.